just twisted this around.
You said that she was
correct and apologize to all those yoga teachers out there fucking their students.
No, that's a violation. If you're a guru and anything that's a teacher and below, you're using that. You're manipulating that person.
Okay, but wasn't that like a big part of like undergraduate students and professors back in the day? They can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
that was a big thing.
No, in my high school, like the basketball teacher ended up marrying like his best girl basketball player.
Hey.
And, you know, happy ending. Yeah, it worked out.
Oh. Well, how old was she and him?
He was probably 30-something and she was 17.
Whoa. When did they get married?
Playing basketball. I don't know, after
they hook up
20s.
After school? Or during school?
No, apparently it was during, and then they ended up...
was it legal then?
No! It was
no. In many states, it probably was legal at 17.
In Jersey?
Yes. I guarantee you it was. What year?
1985, 86?
I guarantee you it was.
17 was legal?
Yeah, I bet it was legal.
Really?
I bet 16 was legal.
Right.
Yeah. In a lot of
look,
states,
it's not to say that there can't be a happy ending when somebody is the teacher or the guru.
I'm on your side. I mean, it's definitely a violation.
But it is a manipulation. Yeah.
What's the age of consent in 1980? New Jersey, age 16 years old.
16?
Yep.
Wow. I could have hit on Miss Krug.
Okay, but hold on a second. Consent for sexual conduct at 16. This applies to both heterosexual and homosexual conduct. As a general matter, this means that a person who is 16 years old can generally consent to have sex with any adult. And this is in 2018.
Well, that's today.
That's today. So here's the thing.
How crazy.
So here's the thing. Like, you know this Asia Argento thing? You know this thing that's going on right now?
Yes.
So this 17-year-old kid,
right?
When he had sex with her, it was in California. So he's saying it's sexual assault because she had sex with him, and then she got Tony Bourdain to pay this kid off $300,000+ to shut his mouth. And then it came out that she was a hypocrite because she seduced this kid and fucked him, and she had played his mom in a movie 10 years prior when he was only 7, which is really kind of crazy. There's pictures of her and the kid when the kid was like a little kid.
Oh, geez.
And she stayed close to him and called him like her son, and he would call her mom and stuff like that. And then they got together, and she lied about it and said she didn't fuck him, and then pictures came out of her in bed with him, and then her friends released text messages where she agreed. She's a fucking monster. In a way.
Was he of legal age when they had sex?
This is my point. He was 17 at the time, so it would have been totally legal if this happened in New Jersey, but it happened in California. But this is all going on while she was making a big deal of Harvey Weinstein having sex with her when she was 22. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
that was
hypocrites.
I know.
You know, the whole thing's crazy. But my point is, first of all, let's be honest about that situation. I mean, 17's, he's going to be okay. I'm just saying, even if it's illegal, it's just not the same for boys. It is not the same. No. Should she have done it? Probably not. Yeah, definitely probably not. Should she be locked up in a cage for 10 years for doing that? No. She's a freak, all right? That lady's a freak.
Yeah. So he was 17, but
she's more guilty of being a hypocrite than anything.
Did she stay in touch with him all those years from she was playing the mom?
Yes. The real creepy picture is her in the movie with him when he was like a little kid. Like, oh. But it's not as creepy as Woody Allen when he had his daughter sitting on his lap, and then 10 years later that same daughter is holding his hand as his girlfriend in the front row of a basketball game.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
You think? That's
a little weird.
Way creepier. That's way, you know.
That is so weird.
I don't know if there's even a reason to make that comparison. But my point is, that kid would have no case at all if this was in New Jersey.
Right.
It was 16. In New Jersey, which I don't think he should have a case.
Is he prosecuting?
Well, he apparently threatened to go public with it, and he wanted money.
And they gave him money.
Anthony Bourdain did. Yeah.
And gave him a lot,
$380,000.
Oh my God! And even after he got paid, he comes out.
That is the most expensive dick that lady will ever get.
Then he comes out.
It came out anyway. I don't know why it came out. I don't know who released it.
Harvey Weinstein.
Somebody released it. I don't know what happened, but what they're basically showing is that this whole thing, you know, of her being attacked by Harvey Weinstein, it's complicated.
Right.
Maybe he did exactly what she said he did. It's possible. but she clearly is deceptive. She definitely lied about this kid.
Yeah.
See, the problem is the age of consent being 17. If it was 18, or if it was, if he was 18 rather, or if it was like in New Jersey where it's 16, there's no case. And she just fucked a young kid. And I'm just going to be honest. The only thing that's creepy is that they had this sort of mom-son thing going on where they talked about each other as mom and son.
Yeah, that's weird.
If she was just a hot 35-year-old who had sex with a handsome 17-year-old boy.
Right. Yeah, 17's that's a man.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. If it was a 35-year-old man and a 17-year-old girl.
She directed the movie, too. Does that change anything?
I don't know.
She directed the movie? The new one? Like,
the movie 10 years ago when he was a 17-year-old. Or a 7-year-old, rather. Yeah, I don't know, man. She was 37 when he was 7?
17, sorry.
She was 37 when he was 17.
She didn't make a move when he was 7, though.
No, she waited till he was 17. She's a good person.
Yeah.
She got close to the wire. She's like, I can't hold on anymore.
Enough already. Will you move to New Jersey? I won't. Well, then just get over here.
Here's the issue. I just don't think it's the same thing. Now, I think the only thing she's really guilty of here is hypocrisy and deception. I don't think she's guilty of a sex crime, even though she technically is. In my mind, I mean, maybe am I a sexist? I don't know. If I am, I'm sexist against men. Well, I think the guy's going to be okay. I don't buy that he was so damaged. But
Not
if he was,
at that age.
Because he was that damaged from her, he would have been damaged from a girl who was his age too, who fucked him and then didn't call him anymore.
Right, that's the thing.
That's just emotions. That's not a crime.
You hear this argument. It's like, well, a boy can be affected.
For sure, everyone can be affected.
Yeah. And when you're
if you're like,
crime. In some of these instances where the teacher sleeps with the kid and it's a boy and he's 14 and people are like, oh, come on, he would love it. He's a boy. No, 14, you're still don't know who you are. You're still mixed up.
And again, we're back to the teacher-student dynamic.
Yes,
it's a different situation.
She's manipulating you.
Right. So the question is this dynamic equal to the teacher-student because she was the director and she played his mother and she clearly had some sort of a maternal love like sort of relationship with him early on, and then it became sexual later. But then she says he jumped her. She says the horny kid jumped me. That's what she said in a text to her friend when she's being honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so maybe he did. Maybe he was in love and pining for her the whole time.
Yeah.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why he came out and wanted money in the first place. He's trying to get back at her because she didn't want to have anything to do with him anymore. And maybe they had a couple of drinks together, and she, she just didn't know what to do when he started making moves on her, and so she fucked him because she's crazy. That's possible too.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Is it a crime? I mean, what you're talking about a crime where if it was 200 days later, it's not a crime. Like, really? Is he going to learn a lot in 200 days?
Well, the law's the law, Joe. The law's the law.
Mr. Dragnet over there.
You gotta pay. The laws are on the books for a reason, Joe. And then law says 17. Doesn't say 16 and a half. It says 17 for a reason.
Johnny Lawyer over here. This guy.
Well, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's like because it's so gray and because there's so many things that could happen, you really have to come down to, well, is there a law?
They should have to pull your pants down. How much pubes you got? Let me see what you got. How big's your dick? You're full grown. Get the fuck out here, pussy.
That's not fair.
Oh, the pretty lady banged you?
I remember this. I had a friend of mine who grew hair when he was like 12. He was the hairiest little Italian kid. He had a mustache, full beard at 13. I'm sure his pubes were gigantic.
Good. Legal. Asia Argento. Go fuck that guy.
He couldn't help it. He would get a haircut and it would grow back by the time he got in the car. He was just Italian.
Yeah. It's very complicated. The thing about her, too, is, she had a consensual sexual relationship with Harvey Weinstein after the alleged incident where he ate her pussy and she didn't want him to.
Well, that's like the Cosby thing. They keep coming back. There was a couple that came back. And it's like you don't...
But wait a minute. Were they aware that he drugged them the first time?
I don't know the details.
Right.
It sounded like it. It sounded like they knew something was weird, but then they came back anyway. But again,
you don't exonerate someone from a rape just because after the rape you're friendly with them.
Right, because That's a big mental impact. You don't know what's going on with these.
Not just that. It's some people, they want to mitigate the effects of being raped by turning into something different. So they maybe would establish a consensual relationship with the person after they raped them.
To try and take their power back a little?
Well, not just that, to try to relieve themselves of the feeling of being a victim, like almost make it consensual.
Yeah.
There's like a weird psychological dynamic that you and I will never understand as men.
Yeah.
We'll never understand it.
No.
Because it's not the same. It's just not the same.
No, it's not. So if she went back, with Harvey,
right? Like if a woman comes over your house, right? Okay, if you're a single guy,
am I in a cabin? Is it a little cabin?
Yeah, a little tiny 325. You're in Big Bear.
I'm in Big Bear.
You're wearing flannels and you're cutting wood.
Okay.
And a girl comes over and she sucks your dick against your will. You're like, don't stop! I can't believe you're doing this. God damn it! And then once it's over, you're like, well, I don't want to feel like I got raped. I'm just going to establish a relationship with this lady.
Right.
People would be like, shut the fuck up, Tom Papa. Get out of here.
What was that Michael Douglas?
The difference is because you're a guy. So you're not worried about your physical safety. This is the real issue.
Physical safety. I can't get pregnant.
Right. I used to work out at this gay gym. I used to work out at Gold's Gym on Cole. And I say gay gym because it was just like a lot of gay guys. Like really obvious, over tan, gay guys with like super thin tank tops with giant muscles and fucking combat boots and real aggressive leather like fucking paperboy hats on while they're working out.
I had a friend.
Fucking gay. But my point is, while I was in there working out, these guys would hit on you.
Right.
And you'd feel like guys were looking at you and hitting on you, and it made you uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, welcome to being a woman, but not even really, because I could fuck those guys up.
Right.
So I wasn't worried. Like if a guy tries
to go to the parking lot,
I'd be like, hey, dude, this is gonna get violent. Don't stop trying to fuck me.
Right.
Like I can actually fuck you up. Whereas if I'm a girl, I have to worry that I'm fumbling for my keys and this guy's behind me.
In the parking lot.
Yeah, and they want to push me into the car and take my pants off. This is a real concern for women that men don't have. So our ideas of what it would be like to be in a non-consensual relationship with a woman where she sucks your dick against your will is just not comparable.
That's a great point. I mean, that's when that Michael Douglas movie came out, and it was the same thing. It was the reverse. I forget which movie it was. She goes down on him, and he's like, no, stop it. It's a work relationship. And he's like, stop, don't.
Fatal Attraction?
No, it wasn't Fatal Attraction. It wasn't Behind the Candelabra. It was another movie, and it became like a thing. It became like a joke because as a disclosure. Because and who was the star?
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so she goes down on him. And they were trying to make the case that it could happen to a man too.
Shut up.
The culture was like, no.
Yes, thank God. There it is. Yeah, she's a predator.
Yeah,
she's
a predator.
I can't believe this. Shut the fuck up.
And he's like, get off of me.
Who wrote that? A fantastic sex thriller, masterfully done. That's fake news. Who wrote that?
Well, good for them putting it out there and giving it a try.
I like how they always have that, like, fucking WCN TV, some shit you've never heard of. WWOR TV. Get the fuck out of here. What is that? Like, they're just dying for any quote whatsoever, so they just take some wonky quote from some Boise news station.
Right.
Some guy's drunk when he writes that. He's barely paying attention.
But now it's just someone with a blog. It's like Don's Movie Hut. He loved it.
I've got